So you found a pressing pain point for your target customer and you created a solution that gives them immense value. What next? This video will tell you that. So once you have identified the pain point that you're addressing and the solution that you have in mind for the target audience, the next step is to create your marketing mix. Now, there are many formulas out there for the marketing mix, 7 Ps, 9 Ps, 12 Ps, and all of that. But the original, I think, is the most simple and the bare essentials. It covers all the necessary things. You don't need to use the other ones necessarily. And that is the 4 Ps. What are the 4 Ps? Product, place, price, and promotion. So I'll explain this with an example. Okay, let's take a lemonade stand. So you know that okay, you're going to make a lemonade stand, and now you define the product, the first P. Now you say that okay, your target audience is, let's say, office goers in a busy office street, and now you know that okay, these guys typically come out in the afternoon for lunch, and it's quite hot in the afternoon, and you want to sell a lemonade that appeals to them. No, now it could be a lemonade with salt, lemonade with sugar, lemonade with mint and ice cubes and all of that. So we need to we need to experiment and see which product gets you the most traction, right? So in this example you'll say that okay, let's keep all the four and see which one gives the maximum, which one gets the maximum orders. So you could say that okay, salt, all of them at the same price. I'll get to the price part, but that's the product portfolio that you have created for now, of your lemonade stand. And you will test it and you'll see that one of them will have a product market fit better than the others. So let's assume it's a mint ice cooler with lemon, right? So that's your go-to product. Now you have the product ready. Then comes the second part, which is the place. Now, where should you place it? Now, should you sell it online and give them delivery orders, or should you have an open stand at the corner of corner where all the offices or people from the offices come when they want to take a walk or something after lunch? Do you place your stand there, or do you sell them flyers, and do you give them flyers and ask them to call and you take the order? So it depends on what will work the best. So if it's an IT firm, maybe an app or listing them on a delivery app would be a better choice. But if it's traditional, if it's a traditional office that that the street has, so maybe then should have an open stand because they are less tech savvy. So it depends on that. So that's the second thing that you need to decide, the place. The third is the price. Now, price will depend on multiple factors. There's a lot of theory that's out there for how to decide the right pricing. But one of the ways I feel is that the price should be such that it becomes a no-brainer for the customer. So you go backwards from the value that they are getting, right? So look at the alternatives that your customer would have. So let's say the an alternative could be um, I don't know, maybe fresh juice, right? And if fresh juice is selling for $3 a glass, um, you would want to charge a little less. You would say that okay, lemonade would be $2 a pop, right? And that could be your strategy. There are other ways as well. Like for example, you say that you give it in a very fancy glass, and you could say that this is $4 if you want it in a fancy glass, if with a steel straw and stuff, or if you want just a plain lemonade in a simple glass which looks very ordinary, then it's just $1. So people can choose things like that. So there are like different pricing strategies that are out there, and I'll talk about it when I release a new video. But the point, you get the point, right? You have to then focus on the pricing part. So you're focused on the product, you're focused on the place, which is where you're going to sell it, online, offline. If offline, then where? If online, then where? Things like that. And then you get to the pricing part. How much do you charge? And the best way is to look at the alternatives and see the value that the customer is getting. So what are the alternatives that you what's your competition? And competition need not be the same product. It could be anything that solves the same problem, right? So in our example, as I said, juices can solve the same problem as a lemonade, right? Maybe an apple juice or a pineapple juice or something like that, right? So you need to think about all of that and decide the pricing. It also depends on the competition that you have in the area. If it's offline, if it's online, then accordingly you'll have to also see the competition, right? The last one is promotion. Now, promotion is where you do all the mm, marketing campaigns, right? So a lot of marketing strategy that I have talked about in earlier videos comes under promotion. Like what is typically called as marketing strategy. I should put a an air quote in that. So yeah, so marketing strategy, marketing tactics, you will all do that in promotion, right? So how will you promote? Maybe you will have some way of as I said, the distributing flyers, or you'll say that okay, at a particular point you will give them I don't know, SMSs, right, or emails, or WhatsApp messages or something like that. All of those are different marketing tactics, so that you give them incentive to come and buy, right? Now, one caveat in all of this, remember that marketing mix is not static, it's dynamic. What I mean by that is that the first three P's, in fact, all the four P's, but uh, we tend to feel that the first three doesn't change much. That's not true. It can change. What I mean is the product, the place, the price, it can also change. And I'll give you an example using our same lemonade stand scenario. Let's say it is winter time, right? Now, number of people who will want ice cold lemonade, mint flavor, and all of that in winter, especially let's say if it's snowing, is very little, is very low. But if you change the product to hot chocolate, chances are that you'll sell much more, right? And instead of an open stand, the place would change to a maybe a warm tent, or a closed room or something like that, right? So you need to revisit this marketing mix at some frequent intervals. So you could do it every quarter, every 6 months, whatever you feel is comfortable for you. And you also need to look at what the competition is doing, right? I hope it helps. This is a broad, short explainer rather on a broad and a short explainer on what the marketing mix is. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.